I know it's a little early in the week. It's only a Wednesday to be doing these predictions for week 6, but my week's about to start getting hectic after tonight, so getting them done tonight. Um, yeah, I needed something to be my background on this first little speech. So I went with this because Rob's still undefeated and the Orioles just got swept out of the playoffs. Fun week 6 coming up. Can't wait. Let's get into the predictions. All right, first matchup here. Rag versus Ish. Ish is a slight favorite, but Rag hasn't put in his quarterback yet. I think he has Ritter on his bench, so Rag's going to be the favorite here, which I think is smart. He put Olave on his bench, which is smart. He's been horrible. So now I really like Rag's team. Poor Anthony Richardson. They say he might be out for like 8 weeks, but who knows? Ish still only has one running back, and Atwell is not super viable now that Kupp's back. He's just relying on his big three, Diggs, Hurts, and Hawk. Normally that might be enough to get it done because those three are awesome, but Rag has a solid team and he has great matchups. Bijan against the Commies defense, that's money. Kamara versus Houston. Oh, man. Thielen versus that Miami defense. Ridley versus the Colts. I love Rag's matchups here. It's going to be a close one, but Rag gets the dub. All right, so we got Sutton is a slight favorite against Big Mace here. Sutton gets Eckler back, which is huge. If he doesn't play, this might get ugly, but having Eckler back and he gets Mostert as the sole back in the Dolphins' backfield because A-Chain, or however you say his name, got put on the IR today. So, I mean, Sutton has 2 of the top 5 fantasy running backs right now. Like, if Eckler plays, because Mostert, I mean, that Dolphins offense is insane. So, yeah, I'm taking Big Sut here. Cardiac Sutton is going to get the win. Fields is probably going to have a great day against that shitty Minnesota defense. Eckler is always good. Ayuk's been good. Kittle's been good. Mostert's been amazing. Mace's team, I mean, Kelsey is Mace's last legit star, and I mean, if he doesn't play, Mace's going to get slaughtered here. I'm going Sutton. Safe pick. Interesting one here. Ignore the prediction by ESPN because Scott has not added a kicker or a running back, and he hasn't put fucking Cooper Kupp in his lineup. Direct quote from Scott last week on Sunday. I said, why on God's green earth would Cooper Kupp not be in your lineup? And he said, boy, I'm busy defending your freedoms. So can't argue with that, but it takes 10 seconds to change your lineup, Scott. I know you got Wi-Fi out there in the desert. Just do it. If you don't put Cooper Kupp in, I'm going to hijack your lineup with my league manager controls and put him in your lineup. I swear to God. You can't do that. And you can't let Rob win because you didn't put Cooper Kupp in, you lazy fuck. Set your lineup. With that being said, I'm going to pick Rob to win here. Because even if Scott does put in Cooper Kupp, he has no other running backs, which might not be worse than Najee. But, I mean, Tank Bigsby is not going to be good. It's not. Scott's going to go into some man down. He'd need a hero play from the Rams wide receivers. David Montgomery just might be good. I don't know. Rob's team is so bad. I don't know how he keeps doing this. We went through a little roast Rob segment today in the group chat. He's scored the lowest. He's had the lowest amount of points scored against him by 75. Good Lord. Yeah, he's bad. He scored like the 7th most points and he's undefeated. But I'm picking him here because I don't trust Scott. Sorry. I hate myself for picking Rob. Okay, so Briggs is the hottest team in the league right now, and Pushan is 4-1 coming off his first loss and a horrendous week. He's only a 7-point underdog, but that doesn't matter because he's going to plug in Kenneth Walker Jr. and be projected to be the highest scorer and a huge favorite in this week. Both of the Vegas wide receivers are questionable, which is scary, but the big difference in this matchup is the running backs. Kieran Williams and KW3 versus Javonte and JT. I mean, Zach Moss is maybe the best running back of the year so far. Jonathan Taylor if he gets back, and he will because they're paying him too much to not get back, it might be a little slower than we thought. Briggs has an advantage at the wide receivers, but it's not. I don't think it's big enough to overcome that. Wide receiver margin. QBs cancel out. I'm taking Pouchon here. I'm assuming that both of the Vegas wide receivers will play and that Devontae Adams' bad week last week was just a fluke. Going Pouchon, but I think these two will be the top 2 scorers of the week, and it'll be a super close matchup. Go Pooch. Ugh. This might be a slaughter. This might get ugly. It all depends on if T. Higgins plays. And it might be time to talk about McCosy in the contender category. Like, he might be legit. If Jamar Chase keeps playing like that and the Bears keep their offense chugging along, this might be the best wide receiver duo that we have. Unfortunately, Waller didn't practice today. Wilson and Sutton might not look good this week. I don't know. McCosy, he's such a weird lineup because his running backs are so mid. And Cal has the complete opposite problem. His running backs are his only good players. It's just McCaffrey and ETN. Like, I don't know who that is, and Cam Akers is buns. I mean, I watch every football game that there's on. I recognize them just because of fantasy, but I don't know who those two are. Never seen them on a screen. Kyle Pitts is doo-doo. Had his best game ever last week, and he had like 8 points. I'm taking McCosy here. If T. Higgins plays, it might be close. Otherwise, I think it's McCosy here easily. Hey, we got our toilet bowl. Let's go. This is huge for these two. This might decide who is the loser of this league. And Evan Clay is a 1-point favorite. Let's go, Clay. I'm taking Clay to win here. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm taking it to happen. A lot of question marks all over this matchup. Jefferson just got sent to the IR. St. Brown and Barkley are questionable. Gibbs is questionable, and he's ass. Geno's questionable. Cole Kmet's questionable. This could go anywhere. These teams, if this matchup, this might be a race to 60. This could get ugly. Like, if Gibbs and Geno and Cole Kmet, like, if all the question marks don't play, like, we're looking at the worst fantasy matchup of all time. Amon-Ra's injury report literally says he's pretty good to go. Feels pretty good about playing. What does that mean? Poor Clay. Clay is going to be sweating out if his 2 good players play this week. I think if they do, he wins pretty solidly. But if they don't, then Breece Hall is by far the best player in this matchup, and he might win it by himself. I'm picking Clay, but I hope Hayden represents at homecoming for us all. Let's go, boy. Last but not least, me versus Brett. And it's going to be a close one, I think. Derrick Henry hasn't looked very good, and neither is Tony Pollard, but I think Tony Pollard probably has a little more upside to turn it around, seeing the team he's on. But for some reason, Mike Evans' injury report hasn't been updated in 2 weeks. I don't know. All it says is like he tweaked his hamstring, and it was the coach's report from 10 days ago, so I don't know. But I think it's really close. You know what? No, I'm going to take Brett to win here. I'm nervous about his big 3 here, Pollard, Jacobs, and Keenan Allen. I'm worried that those 3 might roll me. I'm not super confident in Debo's ability to be consistent and Derrick Henry's ability to be consistent. The Dolphins got another chance to hang 70 on some of this week, so who knows? I'm still taking Brett, but who knows? So here are my official Week 6 predictions. Hopefully I get in the overall win column this week. I haven't had a winning week since Week 3, so that sucks, but we're looking to bounce back. I'll see you guys after the week for the recap. Enjoy.